How's it going, everybody? Today I'd like to talk about two things very quickly, which are motivation and discipline, and how they're the same and how they're not the same. More so, how they're not the same. Recently I've realized that I've been trying to use motivation to substitute for discipline without even realizing it. And what I mean by that is I'd get up in the mornings and put on some motivational video or something that helps me remember what my goal is, and just infuse me with that kind of emotion very early in my day. And it's not sustainable, I've come to realize, and what I need is discipline, which is void of the emotion of motivation. So discipline obviously is when you take that action regardless of whether you feel like it or not. It's just doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. That's all discipline is. Whereas motivation is feeling like you want to take the action. So in just the definitions, they cannot be the same thing, but they work well together. The analogy I came up with is if you have a car, right, and the car won't start. Now it's possible for it to start if you get a push, so that may be a jumper cable or physically going behind the car, giving it a push, and then just turning the key, the guy in the car turning the key, and the car gets moving. Motivation would be like the person pushing or the jumper cable, where it provides that initial energy, but you can't push the car from Texas to New York, because that's just not what is there. For the gas, which is discipline, is what gets you over long distances to your goals. So if you try to push the car to New York, you might just die in Georgia and never get to the point. So that's where motivation would burn you out. And this is something I just came to realize, like, wow, like this felt like it was right in front of me, but it's very easy to fall, to fall into that trap of just wanting to be motivated all the time, because it feels so good. There's nothing like that feeling, to me at least, of when like you're talking with somebody and it's like, yeah, yes, yeah, like you just get so inspired in that moment. And then you wake up the next morning, the alarm's going off, and you're like, man, I don't want to move. What happened? So moving forward, I'm definitely going to separate the two in my mind and understand their uses, because motivation obviously exists for a purpose. It's not just a useless emotion. So I hope that brought some value to you. Just epiphanies that I've been having in my own life. Hopefully, if somebody else is going through that, this helped them. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.